chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, though both different illnesses, are closely related and exhibit a similar array of symptoms. Primary symptom of chronic fatigue syndrome being exhaustion, and fibromyalgia patients show pain and tenderness in the body and joints, but there are cross-sections in both disorders of the same symptoms. There are some other medical conditions that contribute to the development of chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, such as poor adrenal gland function, which is in charge of regulating cortisol levels. Patients also report having sore throats, insomnia, swollen glands and tingling and numbness in extremities. Factors that contribute to these conditions are food allergies, malnutrition and hypoglycemia, or a constantly low blood glucose level. Originally thought to be caused by the Epstein-Barr virus, it has become apparent that chronic fatigue is not induced by a pathogen at all, and shows no association with Epstein-Barr. A surveillance study conducted by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention showed no evidence linking the affliction of Epstein-Barr, rubella, mycoplasma, and other human retroviruses to chronic fatigue. In fact, research shows that out of the patients that have been infected with these viruses, only 12% exhibit a condition that fits the description of chronic fatigue. These findings lead the scientific community to believe chronic fatigue may be an autoimmune disease. However, no research has found the self-antibodies and immune complexes to support the theory. The only evidence found in scientific studies is significantly lower numbers of natural killer cell activity in patients with chronic fatigue compared to the control groups. One study published in the scientific journal Archives of General Psychiatry was headed by Dr. Christine Heim, with the Department of Psychiatry at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, showed childhood trauma may be a risk factor to those who develop chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. Exposure to childhood trauma was found to have correlation in 6-fold increased risk of chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. These findings are in relation with the poor adrenal function earlier mentioned. The adrenal glands are in charge of releasing the hormone cortisol. Cortisol, when released in high amounts, dictates the fight or flight response our bodies have, and results in glucose metabolism, elevated insulin levels, and increased blood pressure. Childhood trauma can elevate the production of cortisol, so much so the adrenal gland is exhausted and can only produce hormones at a significantly lower level. The evidence being the patients with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia have cortisol levels that are extremely low. Is it possible that the body can manifest an illness from prolonged stress or traumatic experiences and emotions? Much of the evidence found explains chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia as a condition that manifests internally and impairs the body's immune system and hormone production. An integral part of the body functioning normally is making sure it is supplied with all the proper nutrients and minerals. Here are some testimonials from those who have used a specific vitamin and mineral protocol. Tonya's hepatitis C levels reduced from 10 million to below 700,000. Also her fibromyalgia and osteopenia symptoms reduce and/or diminish with time. Joe with terminal lung cancer takes 15 to 20 doses of the mineral supplement formula every day and coughs up dead lung tumor after 2.5 weeks. Coughs up 38 in total over 5-month period. PET scan shows about a 90 to 95% reversal at that point. For those who experience symptoms of chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, or other diseases, it is recommended to first check to see if you have deficiency in these key 4 areas: minerals, iron profile, amino acids, and B vitamins. Natural minerals like calcium, magnesium, zinc, chromium, selenium, and the proper foods and supplements taken daily can be a powerful approach for those who are deficient or healthy.